Roadies, thanks for stopping by. Welcome to anybody new who has stumbled into our domain here. Us Stitch Roadies, we like to stitch. Well, today is the smorgasbord of stitching. I have all across the board a little bit of stitch with me, a little bit of haul. I don't know if you could use little bit and haul in the same sentence. I don't know about that. But I have haul, I have finishes, yes, I have plans, and then just stitch with me. Yeah, thank you for coming by. I need the company today. So I went to Acorns and Threads again. I had pre-ordered a couple things and they had come in, and then so I had to go. I had to go, and when I arrived, I was greeted with an awesome surprise that thank you, Glory. Thank you so much that I received a really sweet gift card that was waiting for me when I came shopping. I mean, it's kind of like you wake up Christmas morning and Santa is actually at your house. You know, he hasn't moved on, he's just hanging out. And it's that thrill, like, oh my gosh. So I shopped and I had fun shopping. And they allow 4 people in the shop at any one time at Acorns, and there's a lot of change going on. And that day, later that day when I was there, they were going to be taking the walls down, and so the next time I go, it's going to be an explosion of space. But having 4 people in the shop shopping was thrilling. I mean, because you could kind of feel the vibration off of the person across the room as they were looking and yelling about something they wanted, and did you have this? And it gave me a little bit of a thrill. Yeah, and I can't wait. I cannot wait till, till we're able to gather. And Janine is working hard at setting up a space for 2 tables where people can kind of space a little bit but stitch together. Oh, yeah, it's amazing. Now, I haven't talked much about the vaccine, but G and I will be getting our 2nd vaccine in another week, and that is going to be huge for us on a personal level in terms of our family, and then on a social level, so many people we know are our age, and so there's the potential this year to stitch together, which is huge for my well-being. It is huge for my well-being, and I know it is for yours too. So we're happy to be doing that. What else is going on in life? I've been just having a blast with the little guy. His little brother is, he's about 6 months old or so, and he's getting a personality now, so it's kind of fun. And he pays attention to his older brother, who is running around. And so when I pick him up, we stop at a park that's near us. And most of the time there's hardly anybody there, but yesterday when we stopped, there were 2 or 3 other families there, and there was a young family with a brand new baby and a toddler, and it was so fun to see my little 3-year-old grandson run around in his mask, making circles around that little toddler and talking to him, and yeah, I can't wait till he can feel comfortable and his parents feel comfortable for him to be in preschool. Keeping our fingers crossed, things are starting to open up, and that people take responsibility for themselves and their neighbors so that we can stay open when we do open. I'm looking forward to him having, just having that interaction with other children. Yeah. Because he needs it as much as I need interaction with other stitchers, don't you? Yes. Well, so let me just start with the haul, because since I already told you, I did go to Acorns and Threads, and I know, I couldn't help myself. Oops, I was dropping things all over. I saw this made up. It's an exclusive to Acorns and Threads, so you can call them and request it. And I bought the kit. I know I probably have all the floss, but you know, it's that, floss, you know, I've said this before, it's kind of like toilet paper. You don't know if you're going to get it. And here, it's already kitted up with the fabric. But this is an exclusive, and it's Plum Street Samplers, good company. And don't we all want good company, huh? But I saw this made up at the shop, and oh my gosh, is it ever gorgeous. It's on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha by Zweigart, and the colors of the floss are just amazing. So yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And this was a pre-order because, you know, I could explain on so many different YouTubes why octopus are incredible, but they are incredible. They are so smart. I read a book about octopus at the Monterey Bay Oceanic Institute, and they were studying octopus, and they had some octopi in their lab, and at night they would have to, like, they would put like a Chinese puzzle box in the tank with the octopus to keep them occupied, because what they found out is if the octopus was not occupied, he found things to occupy himself with. And so one day they came in and the whole lab was flooded because, you know, Mr. Octopus said, this is boring sitting in this tank. Figured out how to get out of his tank, how to turn the valves onto the water, and kind of flooded the whole lab. So from then on, they gave them puzzles to do in their tanks, so when they would come the next day, everything would be okay. So I just, yeah, octopus and sloths, what can I say? So this actually is one block in a bigger project. And the bigger project is Tales from the Sea, Fragments in Time. This was number 3, but I just wanted the octopus. I'm going to make him into a little pillow, and he's very tiny. I mean, what is it? It's on 32 count. Yeah, the stitch count is 51 by 51, but I had to get him. You know, I have an affinity for octopus. So there. Then this one, again, hands-on design. What's not to love about hands-on design? But this came with the fabric you needed to finish it. You know, so either finish the back of the pillow or finish the top and bottom of the drum. But look at this. Live within your harvest. Look at that drum. I'm going to make that drum because I'm going to have Jolene at Acorns and Threads. She does finishing there. Finish that drum for me. I could finish the pillow. Strawberries and drums, have no idea. This was a pre-order, and it's by Janine McGowan, and you know, the blue flower, and I love all things bee. I have been, you know, I've always been a big Rae Dunn fan for years, and I saw on SamBrie Stitches that she got Rae Dunn with bees on it. I have not been able to find that anywhere, nowhere. I've gone to Home Goods and TJ Maxx, and there's just no bee Rae Dunn anywhere around here. But I had to make myself feel better, so I got this Tudor bee. And I just loved the colors. You know, I'm generally not a pastel or a pink kind of girl, but I loved this. I love this. So this was a pre-order from the Needlework Expo through Acorns and Threads. Along with this one, I think too Martini Stitches needs to get this one. I do think she needs Erin, because this was awesome. This is Needle Bling Designs. I've never heard of Needle Bling Designs, but they have an Etsy shop, and they were at Needlework Expo, so I ordered through Acorns and Threads. Stitching is my happy hour. Isn't that adorable? Yeah. Can you tell I had a little shopping frenzy going on? Tiny Modernist Vintage Sewing Set. I just thought this would make a great, whenever I do get it done, a great exchange gift stitch, you know. It's a pincushion and a scissor fob, and the scissor fob is what really sold me. It's so cute. And it's by Tiny Modernist, so what's not to love about that? And there it is. I mean, look at that scissor fob. Is that not the sweetest? And then there's this pin cushion too. But it was the scissor fob that got me. Totally got me. Yeah. So I got that from Acorns and Threads. I bought another pack of my floss away bags because I'm a floss away bag girl. And then I bought this for a girlfriend because she has chickens. And I can show it to you because she just doesn't watch, she didn't wash my floss tube. But it's by Tiny Modernist. And I love it. I love it. And I don't even have chickens. I have ducks. Yeah, I have Mr. and Mrs. Duck. I haven't named them yet. But my backyard has turned into a menagerie. We've had a herd of deer through. We have squirrels fighting over the corn, and all kinds of birds. The birds here are, it's just fantastic. And then G and I hung up a birdhouse on the back of our yard in one of the tall trees, and someone moved right in. So we're going to have baby birds, probably later, you know, this spring, summer. But then we have Mr. and Mrs. Duck, because we have that little bitty creek and little pond, and they fly in and hang out for a few hours every day. And he's quite suspicious of G, and I think it's G's height. And he seems to tolerate me going out because he knows I'm going out to cross the creek and hang some food up. And it's fun to watch because the squirrel will hang off the branch on the, we have the dried corn in a little corn holder. So the squirrel will hang off the branch and knock the corn off the husk, and the ducks will be down below waiting to capture it. But back to the chart. Tiny Modernist. Is that not beautiful? I mean, it's just beautiful. I love it. I just love it. Yeah. The colors, And it's done on, it looks like it's done on Aida, so it should be a fairly fast stitch. Oh, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. So that was my haul. Do you think that was enough? I think that was enough. Thank you, Glory. You helped me. Yeah. So I am currently trying to plot my camping stitch, and I've changed my mind so many times. It's just a whirlwind. And I know on this particular camping trip we have a lot to accomplish, not just fun. So I'm having to really think about space, you know, because if you're new, we travel in a van, and that van, regular size van, you know, 21 feet, hauls our closet, our bathroom, our beds, our refrigerator, our stove, our sink, and a little TV and 2 chairs. I mean, that's a lot to fit in. So you have to be so efficient about what you're going to take and what you think you can accomplish, because you really don't want to go through and take it in this situation that we're in. You don't want to take everything for the just in case. You have to cut or fish, what is it? Fish or cut bait. That's what it is. You have to fish or cut bait. And so I've changed my mind so many times trying to figure it out. But in the process of trying to figure it out, I stumbled across some projects that were fairly close to being done, so I finished them. I know, it's like a Christmas miracle. So here are my finishes for this month. You'll remember this one. It was, let's see, I'm going to put it behind here. It was my anniversary stitch. Isn't that just the sweetest thing? I was going to put the date or our names on it, but I just didn't want to clutter it up. I loved it. And so I'll just put it on the label on the back. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it, but the colors were so, and it's all DMC, the colors were so calming. So calming. And so I started this on my anniversary in 2020, and I finished it yesterday. Yeah. And this, if you want to know, this is a free download on Owl Forestry Embroidery. And when I saw it, I just said, oh, this is just so sweet, I have to do it. So I have a finish. It is a Christmas miracle, and it's not even Christmas. Okay, so there's one finish. And then my second finish, just so you know, I love doing sals. I'm not good at doing sals. And sals, for anybody who doesn't know, is a stitch along that someone hashtags, and you get all excited and you're all about it, and then life happens and you feel like you've fallen off the wagon, the sal wagon. And this was a sal that I did with SamBrie Stitches, Becca, and it was Search the Sky sal. And it's a waxing moon. And many of you who have been here a while will remember this one because of the Drunk Santa. Yeah, yeah. You see that upside down Santa? That's where I first started, but I realized I started too close to the edge and I wasn't going to be able to fit it on with any kind of border. So I had to flip it over, and I never took him out. But but I did. I got it done, and I'm quite proud, and I love it. I think I'm going to finish this into a pillow for my bench on the in my entryway. I love the color of the fabric, and I don't know what kind of fabric this was. Well, I do know that whatever waxing moon, the waxing moon pattern called for, that's most likely what I did. I did the called for, because that's how I roll. I occasionally veer off, but not very often. Okay, so now we're at the point of stitching along together, and I am trying to finish my Fat Quarter Shop hashtag prim and proper sal, you see? And I feel committed to finishing that sal because Fat Quarter Shop was so generous in giving those gift cards for both Quilt Roadies and Stitch Roadies. And I just thought that was so kind. And thus, I am working on getting it done. And for those of you who I know will want to know about my frame, it's an Elan frame by Artisan Designs. I love it. I'm sure there are other frames that work just as well. It just so happens that this is the one that I stumbled upon and purchased. It does take a while to get because it's a family-owned business, and as they get in you know, orders, they, you know, they make them, he makes them, and he ships them back out. I mean, it's like, the poor guy's probably going, who's talking about my frame that I'm getting too many orders? Shut them up. But it was well worth the wait because I really do love it. Now, I'm an in-hand stitcher, so that's not going away. I am comfortable in-hand stitching, but I love this. I love this. For certain fabrics, it's just, you know, those wobbly fabrics, this is just really good. In fact, I like it so much that I bought an additional scroll frame. Scroll rods, I should say, not frame. I bought additional scroll rods that are bigger for my bigger projects, and I just love it. And I did roll it, I don't want to say I rolled it backwards. I rolled it so that the front of the project gets rolled up in so it stays cleaner, like some of you suggested. And so you won't be able to see the whole thing, but I am now at the top half. Not that even the top half, I'm at the top edge. And once I get that edge done, I just have 2 quilt blocks to do here, and then some of these flowers that are on this side, they're right across here. So I'm going to have this done this week. That's my goal. So glasses. Get your stitching, girls. Get your stitching. Yeah. You gotta get your stitching. Okay. And I like to set this. I have my stitching pillow, which I use, sorry Wally, which I use for in-hand stitching, and you can find this stitching pillow is called it's a Biscornu, although I didn't know that when I made it. This stitching pillow is what I use for my in-hand stitching, but I found it works perfect for my for this frame, because it even brings the frame up closer. Oh, but I need my little chart, don't I? Yeah. So in my light, everyone asks about my light. It is a Brytech LED light that I bought off of Amazon. Yeah. And if I roll the fabric a little bit loose, then I have the opportunity to do the sewing method, which I really love. So, yeah. So how have you been doing? Have you bought anything that I need to know about from Needlework Expo? Yeah, I've been thinking. My son and daughter-in-law came over for dinner last night, and we were talking about, we just talk about life in general, you know, how we want the world to be, and see, I can't talk and count. But the whole thing with the whole thing in Atlanta has really been occupying our minds, I have to admit. But it has brought up some conversation that were memories, and I thought I would share them with you. Because I'm sure many of you have never experienced a Korean spa. And so you probably have maybe preconceived notions of what a Korean spa is. And I'm here to tell you, Korean spa is my most favorite experience in the spa world. There is nothing more, how would I say this? There's nothing that breaks down more barriers about yourself and your body than a Korean spa. Because it's not like when you go in for a massage and they've got a soothing music and it's you and one other person. I mean, you could pay a whole bunch and get a personalized spa experience, but most people don't do that at Korean spa. They just pay for the spa. And so what it is, and usually we go like with my cousins or my sister and I or my aunts. You know, my mom would treat us to Korean spa. Oh my gosh. So what it is that you go in, there's a giant room with warm water spraying all over the place, and there's the spa workers, the masseuse spa workers, and they're dressed in like swimsuits or their bra and panties, and because they're getting soaking wet while they're taking care of you. And then there's these, I know this probably is horrifying to some of you, but there's like, 6 or 8 tables, like massage tables, but it's like a totally wet room. And what they want you to do first, before you get on the table, they give you a timer. You go into a pool of really hot water. So it's like a jacuzzi, but it's a giant pool of hot water, and you're in there sitting in there. And then they want you to spend so much time in this ice cold bath. And then they call your number and you get on this table. And it's not like you're covered up in there. It's a working environment. It's not like they cover you up for your, how would I say this, so that you can be, not have everybody see your body or that kind of thing. It's like you're getting a scrub down, your body is going to, when you come out of Korean spa, your body is going to be cleaner than it has ever been your entire life. And that spa worker has cleaned every part of your body. And so it's a little disconcerting the first time because it breaks down the barriers of shame, of body shame. You just don't, you don't even get, you can't even spend time getting married into that because everybody is in the same boat. And so they scrub you down. And in the scrubbing, you have gotten a massage, but they are scrubbing the dirt that American people don't realize is on their bodies because they don't get scrubbed that same way. And it's like a loofah kind of scrubbing. And your skin feels like you could be, and most of those ladies that are doing that job, 40s, 50s, 60s, yeah, they're hard working. And when you're done with that part of the spa experience, your skin feels 20 years younger. I mean, I swear the wrinkles have been scrubbed off your body. And then you can go in and they have a room with like tatami mats. You know, the floor is heated. And they have these neck brace out of logs, you know, wood. And so you lay down and you can have a robe on if you want, or you can lay there like you just came out of the spa. And they have televisions on so you could watch television while you sleep. They bring you, oh my gosh, look at, I'm drooling. You can order this ice fruit bowl, and it's crushed ice with fruit and red beans. And after that spa treatment, I've never tasted anything so good. In fact, I ordered that at a restaurant once. No good. No good. Only can be enjoyed after spa. And if you wanted to have your nails done, you could get your nails done. You know, there's a different room. And the ones that we've gone to, the building is kind of divided in half. So the men and women don't mix. The men are on one side, you never see them. And the women are on the other side. Oh, yeah. Every time one of my cousins got married, we'd go to spa before while we were down there for the wedding, you know. So they're just hardworking, and that's it's tragic what happened, because I hope that it doesn't affect that community and that business, because there's in fact my daughter-in-law's mother was down in Los Angeles for some family reasons, and she wanted to do Korean spa, and so I told her what to look for in the area she was in, and she went and had Korean spa and very much enjoyed it. It was awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So it's that we're trying to wrap our mind around massage parlors, which are not, you know, massage parlors are great. I've done that too. But there's nothing compared to a Korean spa. Man, oh man, are they awesome. I'll have to find out if there's one up here. I know Sisters didn't have one. I like being able to do my sewing method with this, and I just keep my left finger underneath and push the fabric up, and then sew with my right hand. today I'm going to get a little bit more organized for camping, and I'm getting it narrowed down to what I want to take. I know I watched you know, Becca's SamBrie Stitches interview with the Floss tuber, and the last one was with Cassie Jo Stitches, and she finished her trees. Oh man, I want to know how much it cost to frame that sucker, because it's huge. It's long. It's long. But I've been making progress on it by, I leave it downstairs. I don't have it up here right now. I leave it downstairs in the breakfast nook, because in the morning when I get up and have coffee, and I keep the coffee way far away from it, because it's really not a snackable project, you know, but I'm really careful with the coffee. And I stitch at the breakfast nook table because there's really good light there. And by just keeping it there and taking some stitches every day or whenever I'm sitting at that table, I'm making some progress. I am making some progress. I mean, I could conceivably see myself finishing that this year. Not anytime soon, because I'm only kind of halfway there, but I'm almost at the end of a page, and then I'm going to be starting another page. So that is, that was very encouraging, you know, and I just loved listening to Cassie Jo, because she's so genuine, and it reminded me, you know, I mean, all of us suffering this whole last year plus has brought out different anxieties for us, whether we're worrying about family, whether we're worrying about finances, whether we're worrying about our health or the health of loved ones. We all have a certain level of anxiety, and you want to keep up on the news, but really you have to be very judicious about it, because it could send you in a tailspin. It could really send you in a tailspin. But I loved her conversation, and so it was a very enjoyable, and that she finished those trees. Oh, and she did it by making a goal of finishing a tree a week. Wow, that's quite a goal. That is quite a goal, let me tell you, because I got all the way around. So I love that this is how you flip it over, and then I can just tail it off and cut the thread and move on. It's so fun. It's so easy. So very easy. But it reminded me back in the day, when I was in nursing school, my nursing instructor really wanted me to go into ICU, because I was just very adept at the mechanics of ICU. And but I wasn't really feeling the love, because I had anxiety. My father had died at 49 of a heart attack, and hearing that constant heartbeat on the ICU monitor was anxiety producing for me. But I did work for a short period of time in ICU, and I just realized, you know, I needed to be in a happy place. So I went to labor and delivery, and I did that for, 20 years, 20 plus years. And it was definitely very intense, very exciting. And you talk about heartbeat, you got both the mom and the baby, but somehow it was different. And so I felt for Cassie Jo that month that she spent in ICU on a COVID ward, because I could feel my anxiety going up when I was listening to her. So, you know, we'll get through this. We will all get through this. So I'm going to leave you now. I'm going to wrap up my stitching here and get some work done around here and choose what I'm going to take camping with me when we leave for camping. And boy, if you ever get a chance someday when things open up and you feel comfortable to go to a Korean spa, a real Korean spa, oh my gosh, that experience is going to be, it'll break down all those barriers and judgments you have about yourself and others, because there is nothing left to question. You guys have a great, great week. It's the beginning of the week and it's fabulous. It's going to be a fabulous week for us all. I just know it. So take care. Bye.